you just say if there's a box, there's a chance there could be radioactive material and a cat inside, and the cat can either be alive or dead.
Wait, well,
but you can't open the box.
In that case, there could be anything in the damn box.
Well, yes.
I have a box. Guess what's in here? If you give someone a box and tell them to guess, and they say a cat with a vial of poison, run, because that person is.
You just found your serial killer.
What? Woo, 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 you know it.
Oh, radio, tell me everything you know.
Oh, man, you want to talk about deep cut, throwback, Anyway, shout out to Zack Ryder, a.k.a. now Matt Cardona, who apparently on the Indies is like living his best life. Anyway, this is, everybody, welcome to the Whatever We Want podcast. I am your boy, one of your hosts. I go by the name of Superjaz.
Superjaz.
As nature intended. I go by the name of Superjaz. Jazz, SJ, JT, whatever you want, what have you in the life. And, as always, I am joined by the other host of the show.
Well, y'all know who it is, what's going on, when it's happening, where it's at, and why we're here today. How you doing? It is I, the sublimely magnificent, big ugly himself, Omari Ellis, feogrande on YouTube, occasionally referred to as Pete on this show. Oh, good. I believe we got someone else with us today.
Yep. So we actually have another guest on the show, longtime friend of my dear friend here, and then a longtime friend of myself as well. Please introduce yourself, sir.
Good morning, gentlemen. My name is Bill Smith. I'm here today to join the Whatever We Want podcast. You may have seen videos of my face over on Omari's channel. We have a little show called This Guy Hasn't Seen, where we're showing movies to each other back and forth. Someone might have guessed it on our recent episode, and so I'm returning the favor here today. Excited to join you guys.
Yeah, I'm excited too. It's the first person I believe we have that's entirely new to the channel as a whole.
Oh yeah, well, because the only other guest that we've had has been my big bro Ibn.
Yeah, but that's why I said new to the channel as opposed to new to the show.
Right. I am agreeing with you and expounding upon your statement.
Oh my God. All right.
Shout out.
I am nodding in agreement of your agreement.
Shout out to the thesaurus. No, yes. As I said, this is the Whatever We Want podcast, and we are already getting started and acclimating Bill to the fact that we do just that and talk about whatever we want. We do not lead this conversation. This conversation leads us, and we let these chips fall where they may.
Every Wednesday. There you go.
Or where they might.
Every night? What? Stop. I don't know. He's trying to make it go further. Possibly. We need to rhyme with possibly.
Every windosibly.
Every windosibly. I don't think windosibly is a word, buddy.
Or where they happenstance. Stop. Or where they happenstance. Every wind happens.
You all right, buddy?
What the fuck?
Got a case of the laughters. But yeah.
I don't know if that one's gonna catch
on. There we go. Air horns.
Don't worry. Did you say, oh, there we go. Is that what you said, you motherfucker?
We didn't do it, I don't think, the last week, so I had forgotten.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, there we go. I was letting you do it. I wasn't complaining. I was like, oh, there we go. Let the air horns happen.
Anyway, where are my manners? I'm going off the rails. We have a guest. I should be in my best behavior.
This show exists off the rails, isn't it?
I know that was the joke.
The show does exist off the rails. So yeah. So I don't really know if we got anything in particular to talk about to start everything going. I'm not sure, Bill. I believe I've stated on here that you do watch the show. And I'm sure you saw. No, I'm not sure whether or not you saw the most recent episode where we talked about fictional foes we would fight.
That was a fun conversation.
Just gonna ask.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I did.
All right, so without spoiling the entire episodes, I'm just gonna ask about one of the matchups because I'm curious what you think. Mm-hmm. Would you rather fight Barney the dinosaur?
I knew you were gonna say that because that was the main.
Or Tony the tiger?
Exactly as they exist.
Yes.
Yeah, not like a tiger.
Not like would you rather fight a Tyrannosaurus or a tiger?
So I'm saying exactly as they exist. The scenario is A, Tony the tiger, a two-dimensional hand-drawn animated figure in our real world, a la Roger Rabbit.
Okay.
Versus a man in a stuffed costume.
That's a very logical way of looking at it.
All right, so more so along the lines of
an actual
6'7"
dinosaur that size.
Yeah, an actual like fat purple dinosaur with two dull teeth. Versus a 6'7" anthropomorphic athletic tiger.
Tony is not 6'7".
I looked it up on Google. Motherfucker's tall as shit.
Tony's pretty big. Tony's pretty big. There's been scenes of him at like the basketball court. I have a vision of commercials of him at basketball, like not just with children. And,
yeah. No, Tony's.
He stands tall. He stands tall. But so would Barney.
Barney's like, about the same height.
Like Barney could try to bite you, and his bite could maybe go into my chest, just going above me. Like consume my entire.
Yeah, Barney's tall as shit too. They're both about the same height, roughly. Barney may be a bit tiger.
Head.
Yeah.
I grossly underestimated Tony's height in the last episode. If Google said Tony is straight up 6'7". God damn. Okay.
And no, Tony. No, he's a straight up athlete.
So, real tiger or cartoon tiger?
So, okay, imagine not necessarily two-dimensional cartoon deal. Like, take Tony and imagine him as Tony, but if it were in a more realistic setting. Like this.
Yeah, I guess Tony, if he was a two-dimensional cartoon, you could just erase him.
Well, right.
But
I mean, right. But
like, imagine
like Tony, Roger Rabbit rules. You
okay,
can't
so you can
erase Roger Rabbit.
Okay, but you can interact with them.
Right.
Yeah. So yeah, because everybody in Roger Rabbit literally had all the abilities they normal had. So yeah, I'd say Roger Rabbit-esque.
Tony in like our world playing as if Tony the Tiger, Frosted Flakes mascot, exists.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and Barney is like not a man in a suit per se, but like sentient Barney,
just a dinosaur from our imagination.
Right.
Who would you rather like?
Do I have any weapons in this scenario?
No, just hands.
Or my bare hands.
I mean, like, what you think, Pete? What you think?
That's like, a good way to think about it.
If you're like, would it be fair to say no weapons, but you can use whatever's in the environment?
Well, then I'm going to ask you, what's the environment? Is
this
like an open field? Is this a arena?
I like the way you're thinking. You're thinking more in depth about this than we did. I'm going to go with running hands. I'm going to go with running hands. Let's just fight. Let's not worry about weapons and anything that thinks too far on it.
And what is the setting? Are we in an open field? Are we in an enclosed arena?
So there's nothing around.
Am I running into them in the wild?
Y'all don't like each other, and y'all throwing hands.
Am I in their natural habitats?
No, I'm saying
one like a preschool, and then the other in like in like I said, like a
sports setting,
like a suburban kitchen for Tony the Tiger.
It's the most logical breakdown. I love it. Like,
that's a good question. Why not? Yeah, let's go with that.
Okay, so
you fight them on their terrain.
Yeah, fight them on their turf.
So, although Tony is an animated tiger like the Roger Rabbit universe,
okay,
he is still a tiger that could use them teeth and them claws. Those claws could, so that frightens me.
Okay.
The thing about Barney is that if he is a real dinosaur, that head is gigantic. So that thing, and standing upright, that creature would be pure muscle, like think hippopotamus.
But so is
Tony. I said hippopotamus.
But so is Tony.
Giant muscular thing. Well, yeah, Tony is obviously.
What I said hippopotamus on the left.
So here is the judgment call has to come to speed and agility.
Okay.
And thus you would have to choose Barney, hoping to outrun it. That kind of creature would not have long endurance stamina. Hopefully, you would have to hope for that, and that you could outrun them, and get them to just like pass out.
Yeah, I like that, because even if you think about it that way, it's like, well, don't people outrun cats and tigers all the time? Most of them, but this is, as we said, Tony the Tiger. And he literally works out, does cardio, and plays sports all the time. Yeah. So he's got the cardio of a human. Arena,
and we're just talking hands. Both scenarios, you're dead.
Well, no,
I agree. I agree. I just think I have a better.
Which side would you last longer?
Yeah. My argument was more Barney and Tony are both a tiger and a T-Rex. Right. But whereas Barney is kind of a nerfed T-Rex, Tony is a buffed tiger. And I'd rather fight a nerfed T-Rex than a buffed tiger.
Which I
because yes, I'll agree. I'll probably lose to either, but I'd rather fight the nerfed T-Rex than the buffed tiger.
Yeah, and I said I would rather fight Tony because at their core, even though this is Tony and this is Barney, at their core, I'd rather fight a tiger. Again, would you rather be stabbed or shot to death? But I'd rather fight a tiger than fight a fucking Tyrannosaurus Rex.
Right, but it's a big, thick daddy Tyrannosaurus Rex.
That's what I'm saying. I'd rather fight the tiger. Yeah.
You know, if you give me any piece of weaponry, possibly any piece of weaponry, I'm changing my answer to the tiger.
You have a staple
because that's not a weapon. like anything from a knife, machete, axe to gun to crossbow to I am going to more likely damage the tiger with said weapon than the thick ass hide of a realism Barney. So I would probably immediately switch my answer to tiger given almost any kind of weapon.
That's fair. Because he is anthropomorphic, so he's more human-like, so he would be more susceptible to weapons.
They're both
being Tony. Fair enough, but Tony's a lot more humanistic than Barney is.
Tony's more humanistic than a human in a suit?
I mean,
both of their attacks are going to be close quarter. I just think if you gave me a knife or a machete, a slash of me flailing in survival mode as I'm being clawed to death is going to have more damage to a tiger pelt than whatever a dinosaur's hide used to be, which I would imagine being thick.
Now, one advantage we would have over Barney is reach. Because tall as he is, he still got them little T-Rex arms.
He got them, yeah.
That head is giant. He can bend down and bite your head off before you can reach him.
I'm telling you, man, I said the same thing. I mean,
That
not
head
in those
is
exact words, but
gigantic.
close to that.
Depending on what his torso control is in real life. That's the thing, is like
It is true. If you look at Barney,
Yeah, I'm like, he's just kind of, he can't really bend over. He's just kind of 90. He's like straight up angles.
Yeah, you like make a GD wish to turn Barney real, and he immediately just falls
like
to the ground.
Barney can't do this. He has to do this.
Yeah, he'd have to fall. He'd have to commit to leaning forward.
like the George Clooney Batman, where he couldn't turn his head. He'd have to turn his
a lot of the Batman.
The tail would swing forward in front of the legs to try and push off of the ground, possibly
there we
offset some weight.
Oh yeah, the tail.
There.
Tail is a thing.
Because now that he's real, the tail can move. It's not just a locked in place piece of styrofoam coming out of the back of the
Hello to all my friends.
But this is the thing, because you're right about that. But if we're imagining it in a realistic sense as it's presented, then does that mean if you make him real, he just has a stagnant tail and he's just real now? So now it's like this is how it is. It just does this.
Yeah. Well, like I said, I agree that you're screwed either way.
Draw the line.
Exactly.
Is he real and sentient but made out of felt?
Yeah. Exactly. So
I would say the line is drawn.
If so, I'm gonna fuck up Barney.
Right?
I would say the line is drawn that if he's real, he's not a dude in a suit. It is actually that other than that,
it's a dinosaur that is Barney size. Which isn't necessarily which is still less than normal T-Rex size. So that's why I was like, well, I'm screwed either way, but I'd rather fight him.
You ever seen a 6'7" like dude though?
Yes, I have. Wasn't one of the people we went to high school like 6'10", Bill?
Oh, I remember going to see y'all.
Yeah, he had the shirt that he's like, I'm 6'10" or I'm 6'11", and yes, I do play basketball.
I think there were a few very tall individuals.
Yeah. So yes, I have seen a 6'7" or higher dude.
Class.
Jazz.
Two of my cousins, actually, they're brothers. One is like not super, but fairly skinny, and he's like 6'9" or some shit. Jesus. And then the other one is like 6'8", and he's like big. So I'm like, with these dudes, like, what the fuck? Like, God damn.
But they're both that tall, just about. So it's like, I don't want to fight either one of these motherfuckers, if I'm being honest. But Tony's extra competitive and shit too. Like he's fighting to win. That dude just always.
You making Tony sound like an asshole though. Like
I'm saying, if you are competing with Tiger, he's always playing some kind of sport and competing with
make
people.
Him extra competitive. That just makes him an athlete. What the fuck?
I don't know.
Extra competitive
Tiger
is when I was talking to Ibn last night, and we happened to like talk for a second. If y'all saw the Last Dance documentary, Michael Jordan. Yeah, everything he said was like, and I took it personal. Yep. That's like the meme.
He said that, and then I took that personal.
Yeah, right. But Michael, that was a competitive motherfucker.
Yeah,
he was doing every little thing, betting like they like Ibn reminded me because I forgot. They always were playing cards. They were always doing whatever.
Quarters. There's that scene of him playing quarters with the security guard.
Right. That is like
he also had a gambling problem. Michael Jordan did.
He did. Yeah, that's like well documented. But no, like Tony is just, hey, come on, kids, let's go play some soccer. Okay, cool. He's not like, you little fucking bitch ass motherfuckers. Yeah. You're not gonna get
he knows his cereal is like 70% sugar, so he's like, all right, I need to get these kids to jog a little bit.
He don't want to get a lawsuit. It's like, okay, eat the cereal. That's gonna work out.
And carbo load. He eats the cereal to carbo load before his workouts.
Yeah.
I've never heard anybody say carbo load. I've only heard carb load.
You know, Omari just lives on the other side of the street.
They're literally called carbohydrates.
But I just never heard anybody say that. Are you feeling attacked all of a sudden?
I'm pretty sure I've heard the term carbo load.
Just because I haven't heard it, I could be the uncouth one. The fuck?
I'm just asking. I'm pretty sure I've heard it. It's called carbohydrates.
I've only heard people say carb load. Like, oh, I got a carb load today, then I'm going to go run around the block.
Fair enough.
17 times with my shirt off, screaming, don't attack me, to lose weight.
Why are they screaming, don't attack me?
No.
Like the running around the block 17 times. I'm like, yeah, there are people like that all the time. You just go outside, shirtless dude running down the street. Like, well, he's been running for like 5 miles or some shit. Gotta let people know I work out. And
yeah, I got a Captain America looking dude running around my block all the time. He's like 6'6" and like perfect human specimen, and I just want to fucking kill him.
America's ass and shit.
America's ass. Yeah, but
perfectly coiffed Chris Evans hair and shit.
I was just laughing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just laughing at the screaming, don't attack me.
You still tripping up?
No, I'm just explaining. I was laughing about that. That was a funny comment. Like, on top of it. Yeah. Anyway. Tony the tiger, Barney the dinosaur. I think you said overall, if you got weapons you pick, you'd rather fight Tony.
Bare hands, I'm going for outlasting Barney. Any kind of weaponry, and I'm going with the tiger.
All right. That's entirely fair, because I don't think we brought weaponry into account, at least for us, when we were arguing about those things.
Your weaponry is you have a perfect manila folder that is just very, very, very good at giving paper cuts.
I try to slit my own wrists.
What?
I mean, you're gonna die anyway. We've established this.
So that way, at least I might die before the tiger eats out my guts while I'm still alive.
That was the last thing I said.
Hey.
Oh shit! I'm not mad at it.
I'm not either. I'm like, that's a good point. It's like, yeah, I'm dead either way. Fuck it. Fuck you, Tony.
Like I told you, if this is like an enclosed like gladiator arena, like concrete circle, I'm dead.
Yeah.
Like in the scenario where both Tony and Barney like want to kill me.
Yeah.
We're dead. We're all dead if we're just barehanding it. Like, you're not gonna punch a tiger or a dinosaur to death.
No, God, no.
And yeah, the best thing you could do is outrun Barney until he lays down to rest. But even then, you're still gonna be in the gladiator circle with the dinosaur.
Who has more propensity to actually like not fight you and probably let you off the hook then?
Barney.
Yeah, Barney for sure.
Barney, I was thinking that too. Yeah.
Barney's
Although if this is like a brainwash scenario, Barney probably has the easier mind to
control.
Brainwash.
Yeah.
Because of like the way he would oversee.
He's a simpleton and he's a fucking T-Rex at heart.
I thought you were saying he would have the ability to brainwash you.
No,
yeah.
Okay, that's why
he'd be easier to brainwash than Tony.
Yeah. So if I like get black bagged and like bag comes off and I'm on some mysterious island where a crazy man has taken all of the childhood characters from my past and made them sentient and brainwashed them to kill me. I feel like I could make a personal connection with the tiger before the stupid Tyrannosaurus Rex, who has the brain the size of like a walnut.
Either that, or you try to snap him out with the "I love you."
Right.
Try to appeal to his sentimental side.
Yeah, you do have some stronger beats of nostalgia to try and have that moment with Barney.
It was Tony's pure testosterone.
You get in there with Tony, you'd be like, "Hey, Tony, I like the things you do.
If I could, I would.
You're great.
You're the one and only tiger.
You know how to take a breakfast and make it.
And Tony's pure testosterone, so if he is mad, it'd be terrifying.
Not that much of a dick.
Testosterone doesn't. Well, I guess it kind of means dick, but not in the sense that I'm saying. Testosterone. That's literally why he's as jacked as he is. I'm not saying that. I'm saying when the testosterone is going, if you're mad, you probably are gonna stay mad longer. That's all I'm saying. And he is testosterone.
Pure testosterone.
Tigers are bad.
And he's a fucking tiger.
Yeah. Like they're worse. They're bigger and badder than lions.
They're like the biggest, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they're the biggest, and then
I think bite strength is only challenged by like the Jaguar.
Yeah. Those motherfuckers eat alligators and crocodiles and caimans.
And drag them up trees.
Yeah, they drop down from a tree, bite them in the head, and drag them up the tree to eat them.
You said in caimans? What is a caiman?
It's kind of like an alligator or crocodile.
Crocs. Yeah.
Oh shit! I never heard it. Okay.
Mm-hmm. They're the alligator / croc things with the weird heads, like with the longer, thinner snout things.
A iguana sized, kind of.
Oh shit.
Mm.
I've never. Okay. I feel like I heard
probably in foreign countries they get bigger, but you can find some in Florida that are 3 feet maybe.
Happy I haven't come across any gators or anything while I'm down here.
Speaking of in Florida, I was just about to ask.
No, and if I did, I wouldn't be like most native Floridians, where they're like, "Oh, it's just a gator."
Well, that's up in the part that
the panhandle,
to Alabama and Mississippi and stuff, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
Swamp.
Yeah, that or in the Everglades, where they pay people to go and try and hunt the snakes they got there. I want to say pythons, because invasive species. Florida has a lot of invasive species that didn't belong here, but someone brought a crate of the things and just went oopsie doodle and dropped them into local waters. It happened with that. It happened with, I want to say, the lionfish. That someone dropped a crate of lionfish in the fucking bay, and now it's killing all the local wildlife. And I remember because there was even a restaurant that was on Shark Tank that's we serve lionfish. It tastes really good, and lionfish have no natural predators. So we should really use this lionfish thing to help save our normal animals, because someone's got to. It's going to kill everything. And
what was somebody doing with just a huge abundance
of
lionfish in an area where there were none?
They may not have even needed a huge abundance
for saltwater aquariums.
Yeah, or just let's study lionfish. Okay.
Yeah, selling exotic fish for aquariums.
Somebody's the white rabbit from what is it, Alice in Wonderland? I'm late with my lionfish. Oh my god!
A giant lionfish crate. Oops.
Why all of these start is somebody gets some exotic python that's not supposed to be here, and then it suddenly grows to almost 6 feet in length, and they're like, "Fuck, I don't want this at my house." All right, well, I'll just drop it off in the swamp.
This.
And then. Nope. Yeah, or they drop a couple of them off. Next thing you know, they reproduce, and congrats. Now they're eating the local wildlife and reproducing more. And they have none of their normal predators.
I was going to say, the only thing I can kind of say when people do stuff like that is at least they didn't just put it down because they couldn't take care of it. But you didn't kind of fuck
you killed the whole ecosystem. It's like when the murder hornets came over here. Someone brought a few because they wanted to do a study on murder hornets or some shit, and then oopsies, I let them loose, and they started taking over the fucking country. I think they stopped it, but it was still a thing for a while and an actual scary threat at one point.
That'd be like if my ass all of a sudden like went to some tropical location and came back and was like, you know what I want to see? I'm pretty into Komodo dragons. St. Louis, you know that you can't find a Komodo dragon in St. Louis anywhere. And then my ass, Jazz, me, Jazz, who, you know, the guy that cooks on 9 to 5 and shit, with me living in my 1-bedroom motherfucking apartment.
Yep.
Fucking has a pet Komodo fucking dragon.
Yep.
And then in about a year or two, I'm like, you know, kind of busy. Yeah, money's kind of tight right now. I can't support this Komodo dragon. So I just take my ass to the middle of the street,
just leave it there.
Bitch off. And let's say that while I had him, I had like a male and a female because I didn't want them to get lonely. So I dropped these motherfuckers off.
Exactly. Yeah, you let them reproduce and then congrats.
The fuck?
With none of their natural predators around. And though humans count as like humans can technically be anything as natural predators because we're assholes. Technically, there are also humans that are like, no, it's the animal, don't kill it. Like the people that were against the lionfish restaurant because those poor innocent lionfish, you can't eat them. Like, but they're natural predators that would keep their population in check and keep them from taking over. Aren't here. They aren't indigenous to this country, and it'd be even less productive to go grab a crate of their natural predators and drop them in the waters. Because what is that gonna do? No, animals are animals, and they're our friends, not food, unless they are food and they're delicious.
Yeah, I'm not mad. It's like if somebody's watching and they were like, "Oh, wait."
Hey, it's not like I eat. It's not like I eat the animals that are our actual friends, like dogs and cats. I don't eat them. Just stuff like cows and chickens.
I mean,
things that are quote unquote normal for you.
Right, and this is my thing with that, right? Not about the dogs and cats, just about eating.
I'm not. I'm not hating on people that do you, but I don't.
No, I'm just saying, like, when people are like, what do you mean you eat, like frog, or you eat alligator, or you eat, octopus, or you eat whatever? And I'm like, man, if you go to certain countries and eat a hamburger in front of those people, they'll think you're the worst person in the world. It's cultural, so.
Sure. That's what I'm like, not hating on people that have their own cultural things. Like, I would never eat a cockroach, but I know there are people out there that do. I don't get it.
There's some places where certain bugs are delicacies.
Yeah, I can't.
We might live to see a time where you're going to have to.
What, because of nuclear war?
Or just
we're not going to be here if nuclear war hits, the fuck?
Well, I mean, cockroaches will be.
Food shortages. Food shortages, environmental reasons, all kinds of things.
Yeah, because every fucking chicken farm is just getting a bird flu thing recently, and they gotta.
It's a pretty big, abundant protein source. It may not be you pulling dried cockroaches out of a bag and just like snacking on them. It may be ground up into a patty kind of form that you can fry like a burger and pretend like it's a burger.
I will not knowingly eat I will not knowingly eat a cockroach burger.
And I work at a sports bar and grill right now, and we make.
You guys are already doing that?
A lot of burgers. Fuck you. I couldn't. Because my first place my brain went is like, I cook burgers right now too.
I'm not saying I want to. I'm looking to jump into a bug burger.
I haven't eaten.
But, it's just a very real possible option for the future of food. We don't really know what the future of food is, but it's
like 10, 20 years or something.
It likely doesn't look a lot like the last 30 years of food.
Well, yeah, when you got people shitting in the peanut butter and chicken farms. Part of the reason the fucking Jif had to recall their shit a while back.
What? Wait.
At least that's what someone told me. Like, one of the vats, someone just fucking overworked. Was like, I can't get to the bathroom, gotta shit somewhere. So they shat in the fucking peanut butter.
No, it's not. I can't get to a bathroom, gotta shit somewhere. That motherfucker wanted to shit in that bath.
I'm just telling you the excuse they used. Either way, they shat in the fucking peanut butter.
Whatever
that person.
Yeah, I'm with you.
I don't want to hear about your poor work environments or anything like that.
That's entirely fair.
Shit on the boss's desk.
Yeah.
Don't shit in my peanut butter.
Whatever the reason, real quick, I'll let y'all get back to that. I gotta clarify, whatever they did it for, somebody actually shat in some peanut butter.
From what I heard, yes.
I mean, from what we've heard, but it was reported that somebody actually did that. What?
Okay. But the bottom line is, there's also like numerous chicken farms where they had to kill like whole clusters of chickens because avian flu started popping back up. And so they also leads to a whole shortage of chickens, which, you know, we had worked that out to a science to where, we'll never have a shortage of chickens. Fucking giant ass farms. But when you got to kill whole ass farms, like, oh, that entire thing got affected with bird flu, kill it. And I know that one was a thing because there were vegans attacking during either the Minnesota games or the Milwaukee games in this playoffs. They would like charge on the thing because like the Tyson Farms, I think, who own like one of those stadiums, and they're like, screw you killed chickens. They had bird flu, which humans can catch, and it's a bad thing. So yes, they killed them. Sorry,
but they likely got that widespread bird flu because of the terrible conditions of
how they're
being giant factory farms.
Maybe, but nonetheless, if it's them or me, I'm picking me.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Yeah, no, like I'm a meat eater, but ideally I do not consume meat from those big factory farms.
That's entirely fair.
When I eat meat, it is paying the 10% more on ticket value for a product that I know isn't just like a Tyson kind of ass factory farm. And if that means that I eat a little less meat sometimes, that's usually what it ends up meaning, because you can't always buy that premium grass-fed free-range hamburger meat.
They shoot the price through the fucking roof.
Yeah, I mean, you're talking about like, but at the end of the day, but also at the end of the day, you're talking about like $4.50 versus $6.50, and yes, that's $2, and that can be a lot some weeks. The difference between that $2 and that one ingredient in your meal, but you know, if it means that it came from a farm with hundreds of acreage and 200 cattle versus a farm that has a giant airport hangar sized building where they have 3,000 cattle squeezed into a pen the exact size of their body.
Yeah, and they like inject them with growth hormones so they grow up in like the normal
like it's
time.
so. I mean, it is a. I know, like we're starting to bridge on hot button issues kind of thing, but like it is literally a federal crime to film inside of a factory farm. It is a federal crime because our farm lobbyists have been so strong in our political media circus out in Washington, D.C. They have achieved this law where the documentation of video inside of a factory farm is a federal crime.
That's crazy.
Because they don't want you to see what goes on in there.
Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain.
Right.
When was the last time somebody was able to get over on some shit where they were just like, you know, I'm going to keep doing so-and-so. Just don't worry about that. Don't look over there.
Happens all the time. When you can make looking over there a federal crime. Happens all the time.
You know what I just like almost did just now? I did the other day at work. Have y'all ever? I'm pretty sure y'all have ever, but it fucked me up the other day. I worked a double yesterday, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm doing a play right now, so my days are kind of limited. So I kind of work extra hours to
Jam them in, yeah.
compensate, yeah. And the kitchen manager's working with me on this shit. So he was like, yeah, he's like, you get an hour break. He's like, I'll cover your area while you're going through the do. But while he was talking to me, I was like, yeah. So I was talking to him, and then I like happened to inhale and damn near died choking on a fucking book. And he was looking at me like, so I was just like, this is funny. Like you ever be like talking to somebody, and then all of a sudden you just looking at them, and then they just like,
I'm a frequent victim of drinking down the wrong pipe.
Oh, yeah.
Kind of thing. Like that's kind of my go-to of that vein. Is I frequently fuck up by drinking.
Yeah, I'm about to say, there's that. I'm about to say, even if I haven't encountered a lot of people that have, I know a lot of people that have encountered it because they encountered me doing it in some shape or fashion. Even if it's not coughing, I'll be just talking about something, then ow, and just something happened and I hurt myself.
I was just gonna say, be your friend as long as I be your friend, Pete. I was just saying, I know like your ass, you be talking, and then you will just suddenly go, oh God. It's like, what happened?
Yeah.
What happened here? What the fuck?
I mean, it had a better explanation this morning, but I was
What the
like
fuck
playing with the
happened,
cat. I like was petting the cat, and the cat wasn't in the mood today, so I'm just over there playing with the cat, like ow, just like my roommate just starts laughing his ass off because it just went off. Who's a cat? But yeah, no, he got me pretty good. It's fine though.
Maybe it's because I
mood
talked to
this
that
morning.
fucking cat.
Considering it's the first time that's happened in like 2 years, no, it's got nothing to do with it.
Obviously, I'm joking.
Look. We call him, his name is Mr. Fuzzums. He's very furry, and he's a cat, black cat. He's also fat, and he meows a lot, so sometimes we call him Fatty Meow Meow. So, but as a term of affection. Oh, look, it's Fatty Meow Meow. Jazz hates it when you talk to animals with the, like, baby voices, like, oh, who's a good kitty? Who's a good puppy? Oh, look at the doggy here.
To an extent, I can. Not like 100%, but a little bit, yeah.
No, yeah, I can see that. Again, I'm there.
I'm like, okay, obviously, dog, human, cat, human, okay, whatever. But to an extent, I have no problem with it. But there's a little bit of me that's like, I'm a grown ass man, and in their world, that's a grown ass fucking like, duh. And you over here, how would you like it if somebody who was around your same age or whatever, or maybe even younger than you came up was like, who's that good Omari? If the only
custom I've ever known throughout my life is that me equals getting talked to like that, I'd be fine. Which is all those animals know. As far as the animals know, that's not really an age thing. It's just I did good today. They're in a good mood. They're making good mood noises.
Yeah, it is kind of training. It is training them into this. You're being talked to, cat. When they hear tones like that.
And again, this is all tongue in cheek. I'm not really convinced.
Like I just talk to my dogs like they're people. I just say words. I talk to them like they're way too intelligent for what they actually are, and I expect them to understand me, but they regularly don't.
And I'll have times where I do that as well.
One of the coolest things I do, we have accidentally trained one of our dogs into doing is at the end of the night when the Xbox gets turned off, it makes a little bell sound, like a bling kind of sound, and instantaneously our dog Whiskey knows that is the signal that he is about ready to be told to go to bed, and he immediately gets up from laying down and goes into the room where we put them up at night.
That's awesome. I know there was a streamer I used to watch, or still I guess technically watch, but he used to have like a little Shih Tzu in the background named Coco, and every time he got ready to end his stream, he would probably do it the same way every time. He's just like, okay, guys, I guess this is it that we're doing today. And after a while, the second he hit the long, okay, guys, you see Coco get up from the little, like, doggy bed behind him and walk up to him because Coco knew the stream was about to end. It was like, all right, you can pay attention to me now.
That's where the term Pavlov's dog comes from. Literally from some dude named Pavlov and his dog. And you know Pavlov's dog, where it was like he rang a bell and the dog would like salivate or some shit. And well, he would ring a bell when it was time to
give him a treat.
Dog. Yeah,
gotcha.
Yeah. So it got to the point
associated to food.
So it got to the point where whether he was going to give him food or not,
he heard the bell. He thought it was food time.
Salivate and get hungry and shit. That's where the term Pavlov's dogs come from, where it's like whether you're going to actually get what you think you're going to get or not, you have a response to it like you're going to get it because you're expecting of it. But it literally came from some Pavlov motherfucker, whoever he was.
I've heard Pavlovian used a lot, not really knowing what it meant. When you first said Pavlov's dog, all I could think of was Chekhov's dog. And I'm like, that's not the thing. That's not what he's talking about. It's not like, if you have a dog on screen, that dog better matter to the plot or something like that. No, it's
right.
Pavlov.
Yeah, Chekhov's gun, right. You said Chekhov's gun, right, in the dog form. I think was that Anton Chekhov?
I have no idea, man. I just know that the term is Chekhov's gun and what it refers to.
Help me out, Bill. Was it Anton?
Also.
Oh, okay. I think it was.
Right there in Omari's face. I know the phrase and what it means, but I don't know its origin.
Right.
Same with Pavlov's dog. Like you said, we all can assume there was a dude named Pavlov and he had a dog.
Yeah. Right. And Bingo was his name.
Pavlov's first name?
Bingo.
He did some experiments with said dog.
Yeah. Right. Like Schrodinger with the cat.
Right.
Or was there one?
Who knows?
Well, no, there was the cat. The question is the cat still alive?
Well, did he actually do this experience?
You can't even know if the cat is there if you don't open the box.
I thought he had the cat and put it in the bar. I don't fucking.
No, you know the cat is there. Is the cat alive or dead? You put the cat in the box with the radioactive thing, so you know the cat's in the box. Is it dead or alive? You put it in there.
That's what I thought. I thought you put it in there, and you just don't know if the cat survived.
Or you just say if there's a box, there's a chance there could be radioactive material and a cat inside, and the cat can either be alive or dead.
Wait, well,
but you can't open the box.
In that case, there could be anything in the damn box.
Well, yes.
I have a box. Guess what's in here? If you give someone a box and tell them to guess, and they say a cat with a vial of poison, run, because that person is.
You just found your serial killer.
What? I tried explaining Schrodinger's cat to my mom and brother like a week or two ago because I was talking about how me and you talked about it on another episode, Pete, and I tried explaining it to them. And they did not really comprehend the way I was talking, and because it was like a whole lot of just random shit. It was just like, you put it in the box and is it really alive? You put it in there with the poison because it's like, you didn't really look at it, so did it really survive until you implement yourself? And they were like, what? And I was like, yeah, I know.
Because there's a small chance that cat may still be alive, as long as the box is closed. That cat is simultaneously alive and dead.
Because it's until you input yourself into it.
Yeah, until you see it, you don't know what the actual verdict is.
That's why I say that obviously we know these places exist, but I say if you think about it, so certain places in the world don't really necessarily exist to you until you go there, and you just gotta take other people's words for it in a way. If that makes any sense.
Yeah.
But that's like some weird philosophical shit. Because it's like
No, I hear you. Like
until I went to China.
I mean, yeah, I guess
China didn't exist.
you can make
Obviously
the
it
argument.
did,
You can make the argument for what you can qualify as documentation of said item.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, for sure, like 1700s person can only be told of the mystical land of China.
Yeah.
Right.
But you know, now you can see photos and videos and all that.
Yeah, but that could be TV sets.
Right, yeah.
What if your life was Truman Show?
Birds aren't real.
What if your life was Truman Show? Like I that show made me extra paranoid as a youth, or that movie rather made me extra paranoid as a youth.
Anyway, go ahead.
Older than I was when I thought this. Damn it!
I'm fucking with you. Go ahead. Do you get off my lawn,
as a youth? But I used to think, like, what if my life actually is a TV show? I know a lot of characters, a lot of people who would be characters and stuff in my life. I'm practically a character my damn self. And it's like, but no, when I get in a plane, I fly places. And for the longest, I was like, well, I always fall asleep on the plane. So am I actually on the plane for 2 hours? Or they fly me into the air, they change the set while I'm up there to be like, this is Dallas. This is Dallas. All right, we changed the set. We're good to go. Go ahead and land.
I did think that it was kind of funny that, like, obviously it's been, decades since The Matrix came out, but like when The Matrix and The Truman Show came out around the same time, and both those movies dealt with like a world within our world that we knew nothing about, or like, is the world real or whatever, and I was like, it was just funny.
And then The Matrix comes out again and just asks the question, instead of asking, is your world real, it just asks, wasn't The Matrix awesome?
Can we not talk about the last Matrix and how much of a pile of boring ass juice that was? Like, what the fuck?
I don't know about boring ass juice, but
it was boring ass juice.
The fourth one?
Yeah. It wasn't great. I just don't know about boring ass juice. Yeah, I will agree. I'll agree it was bad. I just don't know about boring.
Why was the Matrix trying to be meta? That was the whole thing I was wondering. That was what I was wondering the whole like 30 to 45 minutes.
Well, if you heard
before I fell asleep on that boring piece of shit.
Yeah, I'm about to say, if you remember the conversation they were having, it was meta because that's clearly how they saw the first movie. They were talking about the first movie as if it was, or the first trilogy as if it was a video game, but they were really just stroking themselves the whole time. This changed the life of society as it is. So and I'm like, okay, sure. What are we doing? I think I said that in the theater. I was just like, what are we doing? Why are we? I was thinking, why are we here?
I mean, okay, obviously contract disputes and shit like that, but so you can't fully fault, I guess, the company, but it sucked that they were able to get Carrie-Anne Moss, Keanu Reeves, but they couldn't get Lawrence Fishburne. So
here's the thing. Here's the thing about that. They would have loved to have had Lawrence Fishburne, and Lawrence Fishburne would have been loved to have been involved. But everything that the Wachowskis do for The Matrix is canon. And they have already killed off the character of Morpheus in the real world.
I thought that...
which is why he has to be reborn.
That's right.
In this new one.
That's right. But I thought, like, because me and my friend talked about it, and we were like, you couldn't just say that it was another like reprogram and just bring Lawrence Fishburne back and just say.
I believe
there was some scheduling conflicts. I
figured it had to be.
And B, the story they had written, they wanted the Morpheus character to be doing some things that, if we're honest,
Lawrence Fishburne is probably too old to do.
Won't be capable of doing.
He's an older man now, yeah.
So yeah, I think it was just like COVID complications. Lawrence is already shooting something else. We would be able to have him for maybe 3 days, and he can't do any of the stunts that we want him to do, and we
Yeah.
already killed off his character. So
Yeah.
I mean, my thought is don't bring back the Morpheus character at all. Like, have that dude be somebody new.
Have him be, pick a different name. Call him something else. And
Yeah.
he's just doing the Morpheus role. He can still be Morpheus in the video game, but he's technically, that's not actually my name. I'm not actually Morpheus. Don't call me Morpheus.
I loved and it was a meta portion of it, but I did really enjoy the idea of you maintained Neo as a part of the Matrix by convincing him that everything he experienced was him creating a video game in the world of the Matrix.
Yes.
That was all. I liked that idea. A few of the things coming off of that were very good.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of the stuff after that started falling off.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed what had happened to. I enjoyed the story of Zion and the outside world, and kind of what had happened there in the last 30 years or whatever.
Yeah, there were good things. That's why I'm like, I don't know about boring, but it wasn't a good movie.
It was boring to me. I gotta be honest, because I remember watching it the whole time, wondering why it was meta. And then also at the same time, it's like, okay, I can get with a heavy story, story-driven movie. It ain't gotta be super action. But when I'm watching The Matrix, come on, I want some action. And it was a lot of story. Then also, we're waiting for you to become Neo. You become Neo, but it's like now you gotta convince Trinity. I'm like, what are we doing? Come on, like, so I fell asleep on the show. But I mean, I watched it for a good probably 40 minutes before I fell asleep. But I fell asleep on that show.
Also, it's like, hey, congratulations, you remembered you're the one. Now, what about all that cool shit you did? You mean force pushing? I don't think you did any force pushing in the first few movies. Well, I'm doing it now.
That's the worst thing about the movie for me. And I would have enjoyed, and this is coming from somebody who enjoys all three of the original movies.
Okay. That's fair.
I enjoy all three of them.
No, that's fair.
They are 2 and 3 are not what 1 is, which is one of my top 10 movies of all time.
But one was groundbreaking, right?
But I still love the trilogy as a whole and the story it tells, despite a lot of people not enjoying that.
That's entirely fair.
The worst aspect about this new one is that the original trilogy, the original movie specifically, Keanu and most of the main cast, Carrie-Anne Moss, Lawrence Fishburne, trained for like 6 months to prepare for that film, went over all of those fight scenes step by step by step by step. In this newest movie, you get 1 month of Keanu in between filming John Wick movies. You do not even change his appearance, so he just looks like John Wick in the Matrix universe.
Yeah.
And you have 0 time to prepare any fight scenes or choreography, and that's why you get the force push.
Gotcha.
Because they had 0 time. They had 0 prep time. It was literally like, I think I read an article that said that Keanu was on set for 6 hours before he stepped in front of the camera for the first time.
Oh, Jesus.
That was him being a part of the new Matrix movie. It was a total of 6 hours of like, hey, what's up? So here's your trailer. Here's all of this stuff. Yada, 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 yada. Here's the things we're shooting today. All right, let's go to the set.
Yeah. That's crazy.
I didn't even think about that.
No, he definitely still just looked like John Wick.
Yeah, like they needed to change his look because he looks like that is John Wick now. There's about ready to be a 4th and a 5th movie. Like that is a look that is now synonymous.
Part of me was hoping, because he looked that way, part of me was hoping that they found some weird way and made it work, that Matrix 4 was also John Wick 4, but it was like, how did we keep Neo convinced that he wasn't Neo in the Matrix. We just made him John Wick. That's why he's still ridiculously better than everybody else in the universe. He's immune to damage. I mean, he's not. He gets hurt, clearly. He lost a finger. Spoilers, I guess. But he survives a lot more than he fucking should. So if you just came to me with Matrix 4 and went, surprise, John Wick has been Neo this whole time, I would have been like, that makes all the sense in the world.
Well, a lot of things make all the sense in the world, like bringing on a good friend to guest, host, star, commentate, talk, chat with us on a episode, and hopefully, pretty much goes without saying, that he will be back, and we will keep doing trade-offs with This Guy Hasn't Seen on feogrande, feogrande, which I know I'll kick it to you to promote your stuff, but he'll be back, and also go check that out. But if speaking of checking us out separately, if you want to follow your boy on his socials, you can find yours truly at I Am an MC, a rapper, anywhere that you stream your music. Go ahead, look me up under the name Superjaz, which is spelled
Superjaz
as nature intended. Superjaz, which is spelled Superjaz. Last year in October, I dropped my debut solo album, My Secret Identity. You may have to put in Superjaz, My Secret Identity, because I'm not so famous yet. Also, you can go ahead and find and look me up on Twitter under the handle Superjaz2. So that would be Superjaz number 2. And of course, you can find and follow your boy on Instagram under the term Forever Superjaz. The word forever is spelled correctly. And on this channel, aside from Whatever We Want, every Wednesday, check out First Sunday Wrestling for all the wrestling heads, which is the first Sunday of every month where we talk about wrestling, because we can't shut up about wrestling on this. So we did a podcast just devoted to wrestling in general. All right. Where can they find you, Omari?
Well, first of all, you can find me here every week, every Wednesday on the Whatever We Want podcast. You can also find me elsewhere on YouTube under feogrande, as Jazz mentioned. That is Feo Grande. I have some videos up there involving both of these gentlemen, whether it's reviewing DBZ movies or talking about movies or other forms of media in general with Bill Smith. Lots of fun over on that channel. Can also find
a cool new anime walkthrough too. That's been really enjoyable to watch.
Oh yeah, I've been talking about One Piece with the series The Learn D Lore. I believe episode 4 is either coming out later this week or next week. A lot of scheduling conflicts with me and the editor. But we're talking about
Bastard.
I mean, right? I don't pay you, but do your damn job. He knows I'm messing with him.
Worst shit to say to somebody.
It really is. But no, I'm also found elsewhere on the internet on Twitch and Twitter at Giotavi. That is Giotavi. Come on in. Stop on by. Bill, anywhere folks can find you? Got anything you can say to them?
Nope.
All right.
There you go. Well, whether it be movies, whether it be food conditions, whether it be fighting fictional characters, whether it be Pavlov's dog, or whatever it is.
Or Chekhov's dog.
Or Chekhov's dog. Or Pavlov's gun, for that matter. For whatever, you would think by this time I would know. So I apologize. But what the fuck are we going to talk about next time?
Whatever we want.
Be nice to yourself, everybody.
Adiosness. And that's the episode.